Hi, this is the Premier Power Hour podcast. I'm Zach.
And I'm Billy, and we have a very special guest with us today, Premier's Director of IT, Mike King.
Glad to be here.
Mike, nice to have you. We go way back.
A few years.
Been a while since I've seen you. You got this whole Matthew McConaughey thing going on. I love it.
I try. You know, I've had like 10 different hairstyles over the years. So.
Yes,
That's good.
good to keep it. Good to keep it up.
Helps me blend in and people not, remember my face. So.
Gotcha. I think what we're doing here is kind of talking to you about the scope, the arc of your career here at Premier. You know, you started in one spot and have blossomed into where you are now. Yep. So we'd like to find out a little bit about that. Where exactly did you start?
I started, actually didn't have a title when I started. It was just IT. So no official title, just part of a department.
Nice. I used to call you Mouse Boy, I think, because you would just run around changing.
Remember, I'd take the little balls out and blow on them, clean them up. Yeah. You know, you get better traction.
We had a job for that.
Yeah.
A full-time job.
100%.
Fantastic. Yeah. Wow.
But no, I came in and kind of just did whatever was needed. So it was interesting. We were pretty low tech at the time. So
we were just talking about that the other day, though. How much Premier has kind of embraced technology throughout the company. So have you, I guess, had a part to play in that, right?
A little bit, yeah. No, it's been a lot of people doing it. So it's Andy, Michael Merman, everybody kind of pushing to get us where we needed to get. But and the team, building up my team, and without them, you can't really get where you need to be if you don't have a good team.
Definitely a team effort.
100%.
So back then, in those days, though, you were kind of just on your own. What was your kind of daily?
Yeah, it was interesting. So back then it was me and Drew, another guy named Ben, and we didn't even have any remote tools to fix computers.
Right.
And we actually didn't have a ticket system either.
Right.
So people would just email us directly, and then we just kind of talk between each other and figure out who's going to help them and try and troubleshoot over the phone and guide them through it. So it was rough. So back then it was pretty much constantly putting out fires.
It was kind of a constant, hectic, pulling out your hair.
Yep. Yeah, luckily I had some to pull out.
Yeah.
So
it's luxurious now. So I love it.
Oh yeah.
So, what would you say, I guess, from those days where you were more reactive, I guess, tell us a little bit about, turning it into more of a proactive technology department.
Yeah. So obviously the first thing in that scenario is we had to get stable on just fixing the problems that arise, right? So you can't really advance and do more tech forward pieces or implementations if you're constantly having to fix broken things. So what we did is we started investing in essentially better infrastructure technology. So without getting too technical, we kind of went from really cheap kind of basic needs when it comes to setting up sites, and we went to one of the best in class. So that made us have less issues, better wireless, things like that. Then we started focusing on taking care of the employees better and put in a ticket system, put in a remote tool, being able to access their PCs and fix it. So anyway, basically once you get to that point where you get it stable and you have a good progression of fixing day-to-day issues, now you can look at what does the business need and start to actually develop a plan around that.
Very nice, very nice. So what I think being coming from where you are or where you were to where you are now, what actions did you take to kind of improve your position, I suppose?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's a lot of things. So, it's being helpful. No matter who it was, whether it was an executive or an owner versus an everyday user, just trying to treat them all with respect. We look at them as our customer. You know, so even though we're all peers, we look at everybody as our customer. We want to give that good customer service. So that's probably the biggest thing, is just making sure that we have a good reputation internally. You don't want people to not want to go to you if they have an issue, because that's the whole point, right? They want to come to IT to get an issue fixed or to get more efficiency and things like that. But over time, I'd say just taking on more responsibility. Went from basically helping get that kind of baseline set up to now started rolling out sites, right? So then from there, now we needed security, started implementing security. Okay, well now we needed smaller business applications that were not within ASI. So just kind of taking on responsibility as it was needed, and working with a lot of the departments and stakeholders and just asking them, what do you need?
Right.
That's a big piece of it. And I'd say another huge piece was being involved with the finance and operations sides through Michael Merman and Andy Hennessy. You get to know a lot of what's coming up and the needs that other people have through them, and then from there you can start to attack it. So.
Oh, by the way, we're going to have 5 new locations that need everything.
Yeah. Right. Funny story about that. We usually get about a 30 to 60 day notice.
Okay.
So definitely not easy in an IT world, but we've never been, we've always been able to launch a site with IT functioning.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
But you like the challenge.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, you either, it's make or break.
Yeah.
That's how Premier is. You get thrown in the fire, you're either going to do well or you're probably not going to stay. I mean, it's one of those things. You either fit or you don't. So, but, that's the way I see it.
That's good. I'm 8 months in, so this is really, really comforting. Yeah.
They say, 1 year mark is what they usually give people?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I hear different things.
Yeah. Well, I plan on sticking around, so.
We'll do the 4-month countdown.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. There's a timer on. Hey, so Mike, I mean, to go from not having a title to being the director of IT, clearly there's been a progression there. So what skills would you say you've developed over the course of your career here at Premier?
Be quite a few. So from there to now, I'd say the biggest ones would probably be vendor management.
Okay.
So within IT, especially here, we use a lot of vendors. So we're spending. We spend a pretty good amount of money, so making sure that money is well spent.
Sure.
Projects are on time, things like that. So vendor project management, probably two the bigger ones, and then just general management. So being able to take our guys and girls who come in and build them up and get them in the situation to grow. We don't have a lot of turnover. I think in the 8 years I've been here, everybody that I've hired in, we've only had 2 leave.
Wow.
So most of the department has been people that have grown up organically and moved into different roles and been promoted into different areas. So
nice.
We have a very close knit team. That's probably the other piece that I gained.
Yeah, and that management, that growth as a manager, was that spurred on by like your own research, or did you have a mentor? How did you grow in that area specifically? Both. So I had a little bit of management experience before I came, but that was on more of a manufacturing floor. Okay. So a little bit different type of personnel. But yeah, I mean, you kind of do some research, do some management courses. Yeah. Really, I think the biggest thing is understanding the personalities, and then understanding, like, everybody's got strengths and weaknesses. So understanding how to, hide their weakness, and use their strength and make it all work as a cohesive unit. But a lot of that I also, again, learned from the executive team, seeing how they strategize around placement of people, because Billy probably knows, I'd say over the years we've had a few org shakeups. So, throughout the company. So, but that's because they're always evaluating and seeing, where can people move and fit better.
How do we improve? Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So a combination, really, of all of those things. Yep. What would you say the proudest moment of your career here at Premier Packaging has been?
If I could do a couple. So I'd say as far as like IT achievements, I would say this building, 4301, it was a big one. Not, it was just a bigger scale of what we've done, but it was a huge project, 18 months, is the biggest infrastructure project we've had. We added a lot of new tech too.
Now, because I don't know, because I'm new, did we build this building? Was this existing already?
No, it was another, I forget was a plastic plant or something. We tore it down and then leveled it, but no, we built it from the ground up. So,
okay.
That was Jill, Ryan, and me were really heavily involved. So it was fun. It was really good project.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a video on that I think you need to watch.
On
I believe so, right? From
on you setting up IT for a building that doesn't
no,
exist? Or,
no.
okay, I was going to say
building
that
going up, yeah.
if I'm falling to fall asleep, then yeah. But no, but the building going up, that is cool. That is cool.
Yeah. Whenever I did the presentation for the budget and things I was going to do here, I probably caught some people, catching some Z's. But it's not the most interesting stuff to talk about when you're talking about networking and routing, right?
Yeah, it's extremely interesting when they can't connect their computer and then
everybody's freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you go, hi, I'm sorry, do you want to use the internet? I'd pay attention right now. Yeah.
But no, we did a lot of, it was a big infrastructure project, and then we also redid a lot of our, head-end routing and things like that, but more secure, things like that. But that was big. And I think the other bigger, again, accomplishments to me are seeing all my guys, get promoted.
Cool.
Seeing Rob go, Rob came in as a tech, and now he's the IT operations manager. Hired Alex after him, and now he's the IT applications manager. And pretty much, everybody under him has moved up in some way. So that's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
A big deal to me.
Absolutely. That's really cool.
Yep.
Very nice. Did you have anything to do with the robot out in the front lobby?
Alice?
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah. We
Did you hire Alice or?
kind of. Yeah.
Nice.
It was more of a hey, this is what we want. Cool, we'll get it done. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. So
I think it's pretty cool. I don't get the chance to come here quite often, so she always kind of freaks me out when I first walk in.
there's
I'm
a
not
lot of
expecting
visitors, because you get a little close and then it's like,
then
hey.
she yells
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I thought that she was going to say hello. It's our virtual greeter.
Yep.
Yeah, virtual receptionist. And
Yeah.
when you stand right in front, you don't get a message. But then when you get real close,
Yeah. If you walk past that line, it's
she'll
fine.
get you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's always when I'm walking through the door that she says hello.
And she's got multiple languages. Can call anybody we put in the directory, so they can call the front desk, or whoever wants to be on the directory can be on there. A lot of people choose not to, because they don't want a lot of cold calling. But no, it's pretty neat.
So we've got some proudest moments when you're looking back. Say maybe back when you were cleaning the mouses and whatnot. Do you have any regrets? What did you do wrong? If you could go back and the younger Mike and shake him and say, "What the heck are you doing?"
I'd say probably worried too much about and it's hard to say. I wouldn't say one very specific thing, but being hard on yourself, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely, and then in IT it can be especially back then. I mean, now it's a lot better. We're more integrated in the business. We're more involved on propelling it. But back then it could be a pretty unforgiving job, right?
Yeah.
Nobody really thinks oh, IT is great. It's
Right.
You're getting bogged down and people are upset when their email doesn't work, and
Right.
Obviously you want it to work, but sometimes stuff happens.
Which is a testament to what you all have been able to accomplish, because that is it is pretty darn seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We try.
And yeah, you'll never get the pat on the back, but if everything's
Yeah.
working, it's no,
We had funny story. So it was like my third month here, and we still had our email server hosted in the closet at 3900. So obviously now we're on Office 365. We were one of the early adopters, but it went down, and we spent the entire night getting it fixed. It was terrible. So the whole company didn't have email for a day, and that kind of propelled us starting to move to the cloud. So that was nice. But it was like my third month in. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to do this for a career.
These are some big problems I'm biting off.
A lot of orders come through on email, and it's
Just a couple.
Yeah, just a few.
Just
back
a
then.
few. And then, working through the cube to closet to the vault closet.
Your locations, yes.
locations,
These were your
yeah.
physical. I remember. Yeah, we used to sit across from each other, and it was you just had a desk, and it was covered in wires and boards, and half the time you were just buried in gear?
I think actually once I moved away, I got more done though. Because sitting across from you, it was just,
It was bad. We didn't.
We did have a lot of fun.
We did. Are you still doing the Taco Bell every day?
That's, if you haven't been able to tell.
No, you haven't. You haven't. I just remember long conversations about quesadillas or whatever.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Rob ate 5 quesadillas in one sitting. 5.
Was it a challenge?
No, he was just like, I want to eat 5
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
That's a weird craving, right?
5 quesadillas?
Yeah, at once.
I think if not...
All chicken? What did he eat?
Ooh, great question.
You know what? I don't know. We need to ask him.
Yeah, find out.
He probably just went full on red meat and just said,
Yeah.
whatever. Let's roll with it.
Now, are these the kind of things that are happening like in the IT? Do we have like a cubicle space, or is it like a...
Well, now we have our own space. So we got the 3,900 shipping area now. So they remodeled that for us. So we have our own space. That's pretty cool. But
I was in there for like 2 days too. That was
Me and Billy have been around the block, but
So if we pop into the 3,900 shipping area, we might see a quesadilla chow down. Is that like...
yeah. The guys are, as we brought more people in, they're a little bit more health conscious, so they try and get us to eat better. So me and Rob try and follow their lead on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot more salads now, but plus with age, right?
That's good.
Got to try. But now, it was never really a defined IT area back in the day. It was Cube, and then there was the vault closet.
Nick, can you describe for the people listening at home a vault closet? Like what that setup is? Because a cube, I think we can all identify with.
Right.
But when I hear you go cube, closet, other closet.
Yeah.
So can you just kind of paint a picture with words?
So the vault was a conference room because the building used to have an actual bank vault in it.
Got it.
So that's why we called it the vault. So then there was a little cleaning room, little narrow cleaning room, and I got kicked in there, and then Lococo Jr. was in there, and then Jose Valerio came down for a couple months, and so there's about 3 of us in this like cleaning storage closet.
Yeah.
And then they're having meetings, and I'm having to, we didn't have a remote tool to like log into people's PCs, so I'm having to walk to people's PCs. So I'm in and out of these conferences. Yeah. They're just interrupt them. They're like, and then we have vendors or customers in. They're like, this guy came out of this closet. So
we were tight on space. So this building was important.
Yeah,
was important.
Definitely.
What advice do you have for someone starting their career here at Premier? What words of wisdom would you give, Zach?
We grow obviously at a very rapid rate. So the good thing about that is it changes constantly, and there's a lot of opportunity. If I were starting now, I would say work as hard as you can, because it will not go unnoticed. I think that the executives, all the way up to the executives' ownership, they know even down to transactional work, who's doing the best. They're very involved. So if you work hard, it'll get noticed. And then at the end of the day, if you want to progress, I think all managers, directors are open to figuring out how to keep good talent and move them into, roles. So, a lot of the roles that we have now in IT, we never thought we would have, right? It just progressed that way. So work hard. If you're ready to try and get a more responsibility and opportunity, just talk to your manager, and I think they'll take care of you.
I think what's cool is not just that exists here at Premier, but to hear about how all but 2 of the people that you've hired, 8 years in, are still with us. So there's you saying that, but then there's actually a testimony that backs up what you're saying, that it's a great place to work. They'll look for ways to keep good talent, and we have.
Yeah.
So that's pretty great.
Good stuff.
Well, that's all the questions that we have for you that are at least on our sheet.
Yeah.
We got a segment that we go through that's called What's in the Box. You ready?
More fun?
I guess.
All right, let's see.
You haven't had enough already?
Let's see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
Maybe IT can work with us to maybe project the question behind. I don't know. It's in a box, but then I guess
box.
I guess we.
You should make it like
Can IT work on a
Russian dolls where it's like you open
box
like 8 boxes. Yeah.
There we go. Maybe describe the boxes.
Okay. Creative.
Nesting box.
Look at that. Isn't that nice? All right. We'll start with our guest, right?
Okay.
Ask the question.
Yep.
If money were no object, describe your perfect vacation.
Whatever my wife wants.
Straight and to the point. I like it. I think.
You can't lose with that. You can't
No, that's a
lose.
great. Okay, so you've won.
Yep.
Okay, kudos, 5 stars.
Cool.
Do you want to maybe describe what that vacation might entail?
So 2 places I know she wants to go. Bora Bora, where it's like, you do the bungalows over the water.
There you
and
go.
See, so that'd be cool. And then she loves Maine. So she wants to do like a fall trip to Maine.
Yeah.
So, and
The harbor.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Nice.
See, there you go. Acadia National Park.
Yeah.
So,
Gorgeous,
yeah.
gorgeous.
Are you a when you go someplace on vacation? Are you a sit and relax, or do you like to see everything?
Well, if I got the kids, we're usually doing something. But if it's just me and her, yeah, we take our time. More of a sit and relax. and
Okay.
find a couple things we really want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then rest.
There you go, man. All right, Billy. Same question.
Clean mice. Well, we are a little long on time. My perfect vacation would be, whatever Mike's wife's want to do.
There you go.
That's my answer.
You get a separate room. We'll bring you along. It'll be fine.
Thank you. All right, we'll wrap it up.
All right, sounds good. In case you were going to ask me, I'll just do whatever you,
Yeah, you come
you,
along.
your
Come
wife,
along with us.
Mike, and Mike's wife want to do.
You-
Bora
you-
Bora
there you
sounds
go.
great. Let's go.
Let's
That's
go.
where we're going.
Absolutely.
Do it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, this has been the Premier Power Hour Podcast.
Thank you.
Do you have comments, questions, or ideas about this topic? If so, we'd like to hear from you. Please visit primpack.com/podcast to let us know what you think. Thanks.